Sorry, y'all. I'm reading this thing that popped up. Okay, so this is weird. I can do this on Facebook, but it's weird to do it on YouTube, which is going live and not having anybody watching. But the reason why I'm choosing to do it this route is because I really don't feel like just recording a regular video and then having to edit. So this is gonna be raw, unedited, because it's live. So I just wanted to talk about something that was long overdue. I was supposed to do this back in October when I reached my 6-year home anniversary. I was supposed to make a video about, like, you know, how I feel about home ownership, what I've done, do I have any regrets, all that stuff like that. And being that I just recently did a renovation on my bathroom and stuff, I was like, okay, this is the perfect time to talk about it. And I wanted to talk about some things with NACA, which is a program I went through. So that's what I will be discussing. Yeah, so let's jump right into this. So I purchased my home back in 2017. At that time, I was 29, I think. And my goal was to purchase a house before I turned 30. And I made it happen, okay? With that, at that time, I knew that I did not want to go overboard. I knew I wanted to live within my means. Actually, I really wanted to live below my means. So when I was thinking about purchasing a home, my debt to income ratio, like as I was going to try to, you know, apply for different loans and stuff like that, my debt to income ratio was like jacked, because I do have, I hate to say it, I do have a lot of student loans. So with the student loans, everyone was telling me like, hey, even though you're on this income-based payment plan with your student loans, we don't look at what you actually pay. We look at what you should be paying. And my payments of what I should be paying, y'all, was like $900 a month. So you can understand my debt to income ratio was jacked. So I happened to come across this realtor, and he was like, okay, I know this program that I heard about, and, you know, he told me about it. He was like, you just have to attend a workshop. So with NACA, I attended a workshop because that is a must. That's a requirement. And with the workshop, let's just speak on a workshop alone. The workshop, even if you choose not to go through the program, for me, it was very, very helpful. A lot of information is given that I feel like is needed. To me, I like NACA. I like the fact that NACA, their whole thing is promoting home ownership. So to get you in a situation or a home and not be in over your head. Because a lot of times you go any other route or whatever, I feel like they will allow you to get in over your head. NACA's not going to do that. Because you have to show that, hey, you can make these payments and stuff like that based upon your past payment history. And then they do a thing where if my rent was, at that time, I think my rent was like $747 or something like that. So if I wanted a mortgage that was $1,000, or I was looking at homes where my mortgage would be $1,000, I had to go a certain period of time where I could show that for that period of time, I can save. It's called payment shock. I can save the difference between that $1,000 and $747. And if I couldn't consistently save that each month, don't touch it, you can't pour from it. If I couldn't save that each month, it would have been, NACA would have been like, you ain't ready. And I think that's what's needed. But yeah, NACA, keep in mind, like I said, I did purchase my home in 2017 when rates was not like it is now. Home prices was not like it is now. So I thank God that I went through the home buying process when I did, because I got in when rates was like normal, and then I was able to buy down my interest rate even more. I did end up getting like I think my interest rate is 2.6 or something like that. Like, it's really good. And I also, the thing that I say for me, and if anybody asks me my advice, this is my advice, especially if it's just you and you know you're looking for like a starter home or whatever, and or you don't feel like you're not sure if you want to be in that particular area for a while. Yes, you want to take into account, you know, resale value and whether or not, you know, you live in an area where you'll be able to easily rent out your home and stuff. Yeah, I understand you want to take that into account. However, I also feel like you shouldn't go in over your head. So one thing that I am so proud of and I'm so thankful of that I did, that I'm benefiting from now, is the fact that I went in under my means. So while my rent payment at the time I was going through the home buying process was $747, I ended up finding a little small home. It was an older home, because initially when I went into it, I was like big-headed a little bit. I was like, when I say big-headed, I mean like I was thinking like, oh, I want my first home. I want a new construction. I want to build it from the ground up. I want this, I want that. And I'm like, yeah, quickly humble myself to be like, okay, Jasmine, you get all this and you think about all the payments. You think about the amount of payments or whatever. You think about the upkeep, who's cleaning all that. So I was like, okay, let me go back and really get in touch with myself to be like, okay, what matters to you? And for me, I knew that I wanted something like for the five or so years. I'm not gonna lie, I did think I was gonna get married in 5 years. I was like, oh, this is definitely gonna be a starter home. And then it's gonna end up being a rental property. That's still my mindset of it being a rental property, because I don't plan to stay here forever or whatnot. So it will be a rental property. But I thought I would be married by now. Girl ain't married, you know what I'm saying? So being that I'm not married, I'm still glad I went in with the mindset of get a house that's I definitely still want it move-in ready. So when I viewed this particular house that I'm in, I was like, okay, yes, there are things that I regret. Like, I hate that I live around a whole bunch of trees. There's some trees I want to cut down now. That's not cheap thus far, which I'm going to get into like what I've spent since I've been here, like big money spent. Like I didn't spend like probably like my $1,200 thus far on cutting down trees. And then I still got this huge tree I need to cut down, and that's probably gonna run me about $1,000 to $2,000. Okay, so yeah, I regret that part. But other than that, the neighborhood I live in and stuff, the location is very convenient to so many things. Whenever I decide to move out and rent out my house, I stay in a military town, and the neighborhood is pretty much military. So it would I know for a fact it would be easy to rent my property out. That would be no problem whatsoever. Yeah. So that was like really my only regret. Has there been times where I was like, I regret buying a smaller home? Yes, and then no. Then I have to come back and be like, why? Because the benefit of having a smaller home is the fact that it's less to clean up. It's helping me with overconsumption, buying stuff just to fill up stuff or whatever, fill up a room, buying stuff I don't need and things of that nature. Now, I was struggling for a few years, and this year, like the end of last year going into this year, I have really got to a point where I realized that I need to stop overspending, buying things I don't need, feeling like I need to fill up a space or whatnot. I feel like I have 1,100 square feet, and I have 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. So while the rooms are small or whatnot, I can go into it with the mentality of, oh, I don't have enough space or whatever. I don't have a large space, spacious space, whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. However, it's literally just me in a 3 bedroom, 2 bath home. Like, girl, make each room do what it do. At one point in time throughout my time here, I actually had turned one bedroom I'm in right now into a closet. Then I realized, like, why? That's just trying to make you buy more clothes, shoes, and stuff that you don't need. So I quickly went back to my small closet, which I have a video coming soon with how my closet looked and how I made a small closet work for me. Anyways, so the room I'm in now, I consider this like my prayer room, my office. Yeah. And then like the closet in this room I use for my work clothes. And then in my guest room, I have, you know, the bed and stuff like that. And in that closet, I keep stuff that's like out of season clothing in that closet. So I learned to make this space work for me, because there's no point of, one thing I always said I never understood is buying a house for others. And what I mean by that, I mean, some people might, you know, feel different. Now, if you're a person who likes to entertain and you like to have gatherings and stuff like that, and you like to have guests over, overnight guests and all that stuff like that, that's you. And you may feel totally different from what I'm saying. But for me, that ain't me. I'm not one who likes to have a lot of gatherings. I don't like to have people at my house too often, or a large group of people at my house too often, or whatever, or pretty much at all, really. So I don't really like to have like overnight guests like that, because I feel like my house is my sanctuary. So I feel like that's the one space I get to be free. And if somebody up in there with me, I can't be that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm restricted in my own home, and I do not like that feeling. So yeah. So with me buying a house, I didn't buy it for anyone else. Meaning, like, you know, I know people who, oh, I have to have this number of bedrooms because for guests, and it has to be this for when somebody come and visit, or when I have gatherings, or when I do this, or when I do that. Like I said, I can understand that logic if that's what's important to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a person who just like to have functions. I ain't that person. So with buying a house, I say all that to say, with buying a house, you have to really dig deep into what's important to you. Once again, because I know I'm all over the place, I do also feel like, I'm not gonna say I also feel like I know, like I made a great decision, because while I have put some money into the home or whatever since I've been here, some of the money was absolute needed, and some of it was like stuff that I wanted to do on my own personal, doings or whatever, cosmetic type stuff. So I didn't need to do it, but I did it, which once again, I get into that. But I purchased my house, and I purchased my house for a really, really great price. I already told you my interest rate is amazing. So with my home, if I wanted to, I could literally I've been in here 6 years. I can, if I wanted to, and I put in the time and the work into it or whatever, I can literally have my house paid off within less than 15 years. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to make that happen. Like, I owe more on my, I hate to say this, I owe more in student loans than I do on my house. And I hate the student loan part, but like, that just goes to show, like, I really made a great decision for myself. I'm not in over my head. Like, right now, if I chose to sell my house, I can literally pay off all my debt. If I sold my house right now, I have enough equity in my home to be completely debt free. Because clearly I wouldn't have the house debt anymore. And then everything else I could literally pay off. Okay? Let me stop lying, because I just thought about what I owe on my student loans. Okay. If I can maybe do a settlement with my student loan and they'll take about, you know, $30,000 less than what I owe, then I could pay off everything and have a clean slate. How many people can really truly say that, who only been in their house for, you know, 6 years? You know what I'm saying? And the way the market is now, it's crazy. Like, I know people who didn't purchase homes, and it's a house that, you know, you may pay like $100,000 more than you would have paid 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And that's scary, because it's like, when the market shifts, we're not even gonna get into that, because it's not my situation, it's not my story. So thank you, Father. You know what I'm saying? Back to my situation. Yeah, so I'm all over the place. Let's get back to NACA right quick. I really love the NACA program in a sense of, let me not say love. I love it because of the interest rate that I have. I love it because of the knowledge that I learned from it. It was a 6-month process for me. And I forgot why it took me 6 months or whatnot. But anyways, it was a 6 months process. I did everything by myself. I didn't have any help throughout the process. When I say that, I didn't have any help, like support from family, friends. Like, I kind of pretty much did it on my own without really telling people anyway. So I'm not nothing to bash anybody or whatever. It's just the fact that I chose to go through it on my own. Yeah. So with NACA, yes, do I feel like there's a lot of paperwork? You got to be on your P's and Q's. They want to know everything. What's in your bank account? What you spending? What's your credit card balance? Show me your statement each month. Even if you say the balance is zero, I need a statement each month, and you better get all the information in on time. That's how NACA was. And so if you're not an organized person, if you're not a person who, like to, get things done when it's supposed to be done, you're going to get frustrated. If you're a person who like the microwave type of situation where you feel like I need this to happen right away, NACA may not be for you. I don't know. Like I said, I went through the process 6 years ago, so I don't know how it will be today. Another thing that I do not like about NACA, I understand why they do this, but I don't like about NACA puts a lien on your home. A second lien. So you got the bank, whoever you're financed with, and then NACA, they both have the lien on the home. So the thing I don't like, the reason why they have it is because that holds you to not renting your house out. You're not supposed to rent your house out. NACA is not a thing of let me get in on this good old program just so I can be like in an investment, property or whatever. They like, no. This is for legit people who want to be homeowners and you want to live in a property that's for you. Gonna live in this property. You're going to live in this property. And I know a lot of people have said, well, how would they know? How would they know? I don't want to test the waters. I don't want to test the waters. There was one time when COVID C-word happened and the interest rate went down really low or whatnot. And I thought about refinancing, but I couldn't because guess what? And when I say I thought about refinancing not for the interest rate or to get money out or anything like that, but I wanted to do it to get from under NACA, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have that over me. But the interest rate that was current even when C-19 was going on, baby, could not beat my interest rate. Girl got a good interest rate. God, thank you. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't even beat my interest rate. I went to people, they was like, we can't even go lower than this. You know what I'm saying? So I really thank God that I didn't get in my head with trying to keep up with the Joneses or living above my means or any of that. You know what I'm saying? I am in a situation where I live below my means. My mortgage is less than that rent payment I told you I was paying $747. My mortgage is less than that. I say again, even though my mortgage has increased over the last few years or whatever, and when I say increase, we all know the principal and the interest didn't increase. The insurance and the property taxes increased, and that's what caused the overall mortgage payment to increase. But even though that has increased, these people that I'll be on TikTok be like, oh yeah, it's an increase like $500. Mine has not. You know what I'm saying? Mine, it hasn't. Like, yeah, because once again, I don't know if I've said this, I did not only get a small home, got an older home. My home was built in 1984. Yes, when I moved in, they did had, some renovations done where, it made it a little updated or whatnot, which leads into the things I have done. When I moved into this house, it was like the siding. I really wasn't a fan of the siding or whatnot, and the windows were like older or whatnot. So I knew I wanted to do that. So I did it. I finally did it 2 years ago. I had my siding replaced and I had brand new windows put in and some nice windows too. With that was like the biggest cost I have put in my home. That was like $22,000. I wish it was $2,200. It was $22,000. So yes, I put $22,000 into my home with redoing the siding, replacing the windows. Before that, I had to I hate that I did this. I had some issues with my HVAC system. And at the time that I was having issues or whatever, I was engaged. I thought I was going to sell my house and I was going to move in with my fiance at the time. Yeah, so something happened with HVAC system. I was like, okay, I can either replace it because it is an older system. I can replace it, which was like $9,000 or something at the time they quoted me, or I can repair it and it's like $4,000. I was like, man, bump it. This is gonna be, I hate to say it, this is gonna be somebody else's problem. I'm just gonna repair it. This $4,000 because my home warranty at the time was jacky because they only paid $1,000 of it, so I still had to come out of pocket $3,000. So added $3,000 to the $22,000, so I'm at $25,000. Or whatever. But anyway, so I had to do that and I regret it because I'm still in the house. So I wish I would have had just added about the $4,000 to $5,000 more and just went ahead and replaced it and had a whole new unit. What else? Some other things. Of course, like minor things like painting. The amount of money I probably didn't pay somebody to paint inside my house has probably been about $1,000. I had my floors redone before I had carpet in all the bedrooms. So I had that replaced. That was like a little over $2,000. What else I had done? Like minor things like replacing ceiling fans and stuff like that. And I had my guest bed bathroom. I had it renovated a little bit or whatnot, nothing major. And I think I spent like a couple $100s on that. The bathroom work that I just did or had done, I spent probably like, it was like $1,800, maybe $1,800 on that. Like I told you earlier, I didn't have trees cut down. Probably didn't spend like $1,000 on getting trees cut down. I had my deck repaired or whatever. That was like, how much did I spend on it? It was a little less than $2,000. I think it was $1,300 or something like that I spent on that. I'm trying to see what else. But that's like the thing. So overall, I probably just put a good $30,000 into my home. And which is fine, like over the last 6 years, of course, which is fine being that I got that and more in my equity. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to pull that money. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all get it or whatnot. Trying to think of what else. If I was to give anybody advice or whatever, I'm always going to say, because people don't do what they want to do in regardless. But I just feel like I got somebody watching. But like, don't get in over your head. Let me read this comment. Nothing wrong with making your place comfortable. Yes, like, and I feel like it's almost like, you know how people say good dad, bad dad, even though some people don't like to. Some people be like, I can imagine somebody like Dave Ramsey be like, there's no such thing as good dad. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I put money into my home, and a lot of the things I did, I know would add value to my home. So, I'll view that as good dad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to think of something else anyone would ask me or whatever. Yeah, like the advice I would give anybody who's thinking about buying a house. It's hard because when I say it's hard, I'm not talking about the home process is hard, but I'm saying it's hard to give advice because I would be giving advice from a person who purchased a home in 2017 when prices of homes was normal and interest rate was normal. What's going on right now? Or what's been going on for the last year or two? I can't speak to that because, baby, these prices are like through the roof. So I can't give you advice on that because I'm not gonna lie to you. I make the amount of money I make now compared to when I purchased my house. Not to tell too much of my business, but I make double what I made when I purchased my house. So I make double what I listen, okay? Thank you, Father God. But the thing about that is, if I didn't have a house right now, and with this market, I wouldn't have one. I would wait. I personally would wait. Like, I personally would wait because I'm in an area where I'm still not really even sure if this is where I want to be. I just can't get with these prices. Like, I really want me a townhouse, y'all. I don't know why. I feel like if my husband don't come sometime soon or whatever, I'm gonna buy me a townhouse. But yeah. So I'm buying me a townhouse. You know. Anyways, I feel like, yeah, I wouldn't buy a house, because townhouse is like a brand new townhouse, or even not even a brand new one. They like freaking 200 something now or whatever. You ain't gonna find one cheaper than that. I'm not paying $200,000 for no townhouse. What? Who? Where? No. And keep in mind, I'm in North Carolina, so we talking about North Carolina prices. I know other places, people, somebody might be like, that's really good. Not in North Carolina. That's like, no, we're not doing it. When I know 5-6 years ago, I could have got that same townhouse for like 100,000 or something, like 170,000 or something like that. Like, I just can't. Like, so even though I make more money now, I don't think I would purchase a home in this market. So it's hard to give advice to others. That free day, I'm about to read these comments. It's hard to give advice to others when, girl, wasn't buying this market. I just wouldn't. I'll be out here renting. Yeah. Only advice I would give is still live within your means, meaning if you don't need it, don't get it. Meaning, don't go out here and buy a 5-bedroom house and just you. Don't go out here and buy, you know, a house in HOA area and not keeping in the mind that whatever your mortgage is, that HOA is like a whole nother payment added to it. Like, it's a lot of things that I know I wouldn't do, because that's a whole nother bill. Like, that's really another bill. Because I think about it, like, even when your house is paid for and you still want to live in that house, we all still have property taxes that we have to pay. We still have to pay insurance on the house, right? That's a given. So we never really own the house. As people like to say, you never really own your house because you always have to pay property taxes. Okay, yeah, unfortunately, that's the world we live in. Well, that's the country we live in or whatever. Anyways, yeah, but you have the property tax, you got your insurance, and you got the HOA, because as long as you got that house, you gonna pay the HOA. No, I'm not taking on a whole nother bill too. So that would be the advice I give. Yes, the thing I love about HOA though, I love the fact that it kind of helps your home value stay up, because you ain't got to worry about the money coming in. Sorry, my nose, I always want to be disrespectful and run, but when I do a lot of talking. But you don't want to, sorry, got sidetracked. The thing I love about HOA is the fact that you don't have to worry about people with 50 million cars in their yard, broke down cars, people not cutting their grass. I love that, because I don't like when that one neighbor has something in their yard I don't like. But I can't say that because I'm not in HOA in the area. But so that's the one thing I do like about HOA. But I don't want to have to pay for it. I'll go into that for a home repair if it was essential. If it's cosmetic, I'll save for it. And you know, debt free dad. Let me tell you, I don't know if I mentioned this. Let me read the rest of the comments. I'm gonna tell you about the cosmetic stuff and going into debt for the cosmetic stuff. Yes, my interest rate is I don't know if it's 2.4 or 2.6. Yeah, I don't know. The reason why I love I'm gonna go backwards. The reason why I love townhouses, minus the HOA or whatever, is the fact that, I don't know, I feel like as a single woman, for one, I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm scary, but I'm a person who, I don't want the whole maintenance of the yard upkeep, because that's something else I don't like. For a single family home and being a single woman is the upkeep of the yard and all that stuff like that. And I just feel like the vibe of a townhouse fits me, and my lifestyle, my preference and stuff like that. That's the reason why I would like a townhouse. What else? Let me tell you about the repairs. See, this is why you have to be very mindful of the decisions you make. So the reason why I was going to save up for the cosmetic stuff, which is changing the sidings and getting the windows and stuff like that. Now the windows, even though that's technically cosmetic, I still feel like with me having older windows, I could have saved on the siding, but replacing the windows, I definitely think that was just something that was, I feel comfortable saying that was kind of like needed. I mean, nothing was wrong with my windows before, but whatever. Anyways, the reason I went through with it is at the time, I hate to say this, at the time I was engaged or whatever, and I had a helping hand. So I had someone who was like, okay, you can go ahead, go through with it or whatnot, and I will, you know, pay all the bills and stuff like that and give you money towards helping you pay for it pretty much. And because I was still going to finance it, or not finance it, but I'm not gonna lie, I took money out of I pulled money from my home and then did those things or whatever, HELOC or whatever. Anyway, so that's the reason why I went ahead and telling a little bit of my business or whatever. That's the reason why I did it, because at the time I was in a relationship or whatever, an engagement, and I had somebody who was gonna help me. So it was a thing where I had, like, you know, if we were still together, it would have been a situation where that would have been paid off in like 6 months or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I felt like, let me go ahead and do it. I really want to get this done, and I could have that knocked out just like that. Well, you know, life be lifing. Life don't always go as planned, and that didn't work out. Cause shortly after I signed up, shortly after I signed on the dotted line, baby, to get all this work done, and I entered into that contract. That relationship. The relationship was like, nah, you didn't ran your course. You stayed here long enough. You got to go, okay? You got to go. I can laugh about it now, baby. But anyways, so it was a done deal, like whatever, you know what I'm saying? But now, if I was to give somebody advice, I would say the same thing. Like, for certain things, I would say, like, hey, the responsible thing to do is definitely to save up and not finance certain things if it's not needed. Like, take, for example, God forbid this happening anytime soon, but whenever it's time for me to really truly replace my HVAC system, because if it messed up anything major, I'm gonna have to replace it, right? So when it's time to replace that, 9 times right now I'm saving, I'm putting money to the side for that. So for when it comes up, because I know eventually it's gonna happen, so I am currently saving towards it. But would I possibly, I don't know what my home warranty gonna cover, because I'm with a different company. I don't know how much they're gonna cover of it. But whatever is left over, I will have some saved up, and if it happens before I can save up the total amount, oh, it's getting financed. I'm gonna be for real. It's gonna get financed for sure. As far as everything else, like cosmetic wise or whatever, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm you know me, I keep it for real. It depends on what it is. If it's something like less than $1,000, okay, I save up for it. You know what I'm saying? To have it done. If it's a few thousand or whatever, and I really want it done, it may get, if I use if I pull from my equity in my home, or if I put it on a credit card. If I ever put it on a credit card, it's gonna be a no interest. Girl don't pay interest on credit cards. One thing I can say for sure, I may have had credit card debt and actually still have some credit card debt. But girl don't pay interest. It's not due. You know, some people who have crazy credit card debt, it's because they didn't racked up a whole bunch of interest added on to what they actually spent. Not me. I don't. I did that one time. That was an oops. When I was in college, I was like 20 years old, and I used a credit card and completely forgot I even had a credit card and didn't make the payment. And then that's when I had to pay interest. Outside of that, I ain't never paid no interest on no credit card. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, I don't know. I'm trying to make more responsible financial decisions and stuff like that, but there are some things that I would do that other people will be like, do not do that. And I don't disagree with it, because I definitely think that's important. If it's not needed, don't be out here financing it and going in debt for it. So debt-free day, I thank you for that reminder. Listen, he said, don't believe ninjas if y'all not married. Baby, I learned that lesson for sure. For sure. I learned that lesson for sure, okay? Won't happen to me. Won't get me again. Listen, it won't happen again, you know? Yeah, so, yeah, we live and we learn. But at the end of the day, do I regret it? No. Because when I pull up to my house, I love it. I love to see the difference. I love to see, like, knowing that how it, I mean, it didn't look bad before or whatnot, but riding up to it and knowing that, like, hey, I made it happen. I did that. You know what I'm saying? I did that. And to know, by the grace of God, of course, glory to be to God above all. But as far as humans here on earth, I must say a lot of the stuff I have done to my home and having my home, I did it on my own. Like, my ex may have contributed some financial help, here and there or whatnot when we was together. But for the most part, I say 95% of anything dealing with this dwelling on my own, So I'm very, very grateful to be able to do that. Yeah, so anyways, that's pretty much what I have done thus far to my house. That's pretty much where, I'm on my debt-free journey. That's pretty much where most of my debt lies, was having that work done to my house. So yes, if I didn't do that, would I be debt-free right now and could have saved up and got it done then that way? Yes, I could have, but I didn't. So it's spilled milk, so I can't beat myself up about it. So right now I'm just, I had to work done to my bathroom because I just really wanted it done. And I'm actually in touch with somebody now to do some work to my kitchen, and I want my kitchen cabinet doors replaced. And it depends on how much. I'm gonna take your advice, debt-free dad, on this one, because before I probably was gonna anyways. Depending on how much he tells me, the estimate he gives, I'm gonna save up for it. So I don't, like you said, I don't have to, add this to a debt or anything like that. I'm gonna save up for it because it's not something that absolutely needs to be done right now. So yeah. Question. I gotta answer. Ask away. I need some questions. If you're engaged to a guy who has a house and y'all get married, whose house are y'all moving in? Good question. So, when I can speak on my situation, my old situation, when the guy I was engaged to, he had a house. He had a house that I actually liked more than mine. His house was bigger than mine, so he had more, of course, if it's bigger than mine, so he has more space, and all that, right? And so when we was together, I did move out my house for a short period of time, and I did move in with him. So I moved in with him because at the end of the day, I was like, okay, yeah, I ain't gonna tell too much of my business what I was gonna do in my house. But anyways, I moved in with him, and that didn't last long. That did not last long. But I stayed in his house for probably about a year. I stayed in his house probably like a full year. So yeah, I'm gonna move into his house. And before I moved into this house, let me just tell you this. I made him get rid of everything in his house, and I moved my stuff into it because I don't want to be on nothing these other bras and being on. I just went for real. God knows. I didn't want to be on nothing nobody else was laid up on, baby. Get rid of that bed. Get rid of that couch. Get rid of all of that stuff. Get rid of it. Yeah. Clean house. Straight up. Okay. And I don't know if you ever seen my video about Molly and May that did a horrible job. That's the house I was cleaning, his house, because I was like, baby, you gonna get rid of all your stuff. We're gonna hire a maid company. They gonna come in. They gonna do a deep cleaning on this house because I'm not cleaning up behind you and some other bras. It's probably been up in here. Ooh, why I gotta act so ghetto? Sorry. Let me go back to being classy. But yeah, I would definitely, depending on, well, first and foremost, like I said, I have a small home. But if I'm engaged to a person, first and foremost, let me go back. Speaking of the Jasmine that I am today, engaged, nobody's moving anywhere. Like, I used to be okay with shacking, but I'm a woman of God now, okay? I'm a woman of God now, so I'm not moving, I'm not shacking, I'm not moving in with a man not moving in with me before we're actually married. So with that being said, I have a friend who I never heard of this before, but I actually like it. Like, he has a place and she had a place, of course, prior to them getting married or whatever. And when they got married, they still stayed separate in separate houses and separate places until they buy a house and can move in together. I never really thought of that, but I like that idea. It's like, I mean, clearly, if we're together and we get married, we're married, so it's okay for you to come over and, we do, you spend the night or whatever. I go over your house, spend the night, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay because we're married and we're not out here fornicating and stuff like that. But I really do like the idea of, I keep my place, you keep your place until we can come together and buy a place together. I know some people be like, well, how would you save for it? That is an option. So if we are not both in a financial situation where we can just do it without having to save up more money, then I think I'd rather move in with the guy, my husband. I'm not moving in with a fiance. A fiance not moving in with me. I did that, not doing it anymore. But once we're married, I think I'd rather move in with the guy. It also depends on his place. Like, if he lives in an apartment or he lives in a house that he doesn't own, get rid of that and just move in with me. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends on his living situation. If his house is, if whoever house is the best, just being honest, whoever house I feel more comfortable at, that's who house we moving into. So if I feel more comfortable at my house, baby, come here, come live with me. It's now our house, because once we're married, I'm not going to go with this is my house. Like, I'm not going to pull that. Like, God had delivered me from that attitude and that mindset. So come here. But if your place is nicer or your place is bigger and I feel like we can do more at your place, I'm going to go to his place, Also, who place is the cheapest? Who place is the cheapest? Could we move into the cheapest place, rent out the highest price place, and bring in that income? It's a lot of factors here. Let me read these. I'm Penny. I'm not moving into a woman's home where she got her cheeks clapped. I told you that's how it was in the last situation. I felt like, I know my ex, I hope he ain't watching this. He was a hoe. He had him in and out, baby, in and out. And I'm pretty sure there's been plenty of women that was up in his house, okay? And with that being said, God forgive me for talking about that man, but he knows. And because I know that's why we had to get rid of everything and had to have professional cleaners, even though they did a horrible job to come in to clean. But yeah, I was petty back then. I was definitely got it. We didn't get into bed. I used my bed that I had or whatnot, because at the end of the day, the bed I had, clearly, I'm a person where he was the only person that's ever been in that bed or whatever, so he didn't have to worry about any of that. Don't touch the countertops. Oh, and are you talking about like the kitchen? No, the good thing about the kitchen, the only thing I want to do is I don't know if you're talking about the kitchen or not, or if you're talking about something else. What you talking about? Like, you talking about the kitchen remodel, or you talking about something else? I'm sorry, my nose is getting stuffy into it. I need my woman to be close by unless y'all live across the street. Yeah. Now, we can't live far apart either. Like, we can't live far apart. We have to live within 15 minutes from each other. At least 15 minutes from each other. But, I mean, I would be open to the ideal. Now, it can't be a long-term situation. Like, maybe, hypothetically, of course, if I met a man, because I do feel like I'm going to meet my husband this year. I don't know why, I just feel like that. But anyways, if I met a man, we got married, and he doesn't own the place or whatever, so he's in a lease. And his lease is, you know, he got 6 more months on that lease or whatever, there's no point in don't break your lease. Like, don't break your lease unless they don't let you break it without paying anything. Don't break your lease. So, yes, I'm willing to live separate for those 6 months. And in that 6 months, you know what I'm saying, we can, you know, do what it do and go and buy a house together. Because I really, marriage, my goal, or my heart desire, I should say, is to definitely start a new life with a man in a new space. So, being that since I've been living here, I only been in one relationship, so there's only been one man that was up in his house or whatever or whatnot. But even that, like, there's memories here with another man. So I really rather be in a whole new space for both of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ours. We walking into this fresh. Ain't nobody been up in here but me and you, baby. Okay? Would you will? Dad free dad. Baby, you hit me with the HGTV questions when they be like, oh, I'm living with our in-laws, my mother-in-law, and my, you know what I'm saying, until while we save up. Let me tell you something. I can't really say. Oh, you said for 12, 24 months. Baby, why so long? How much we saving up? Are we trying to save up to buy the whole house in cash? Like, what are we doing? That's a long time. No, I can just tell you already 12 to 24 months, no. Only way I can do 12 to 24 months is if my in-laws have a huge house. And the way I grew up, I know we can't do it with my family because we ain't got that type of... That ain't happening over here with the houses we got. You know what I'm saying? So unless I'm married into pretty much a wealthy family where, baby, they got, you know, we almost got like a whole guest house or something. They got a guest house. They got a basement, and we got a separate entrance to the basement, and we got everything down there in the basement. A little kitchenette, you know what I'm saying, living space, the room, the bathroom. If it's one of those type of situations, yes. So I don't have to interact so much. I still have my own, like, space in a sense. Yes, I would do 12, 24 months to save up. You know what I'm saying? If they have that type of setup, like a basement, a guest house, or just a large house where we can literally be on one side and they be on another side type thing. But outside of that, I can't. Like, I'm very, very into having my own space. Like, I don't like to feel like I'm a burden on anyone. I don't like to feel like, if I can't, TMI, but if I can't walk around naked, I can't do it. If I can't walk around with some shorts on and not have to worry about his daddy looking at me, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? If I can't walk around my robe and not feel like his mama got to worry about me trying to take her man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it. So it has to be a situation where we're separate in some way, where I'm not interacting with y'all too much. Then yeah, you know, and I know you have to be like, oh, sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. I can't sacrifice my peace and my sanity for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be like, baby, that's, you know what I'm saying? Nah, that's, yeah, that's the only way I would do that. You know, I don't know. The dad might be checking me out, baby. The dad might be checking me out and be like, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't know. No, I don't know about that one. So, yeah. So I've been doing that for 3 years. I told him she should have divorced you. That's crazy. And it's no pool house. Oh, I thought you was about to say it was a pool house situation. I can't. Like, 3 years. Like, what are y'all doing? Are y'all really saving money, or have y'all gotten comfortable in that situation to have freed up money to do whatever? Because 3 years, like, if both of y'all working, what y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Because honestly, not to tell too much of my business, but to be honest, like, with what I make now, and I'm just, you know, I mean, I would love for a man to make what I make or more. So given that, if I have my situation and what I make, and if a man makes at least what I make as well, and we needed to stay with in-laws or whatever, my in-laws, so his his people, because no, I'm not saying with my people, with his people or whatever, I feel like we should be able to literally save a down payment, 20% down payment on a house in 6 months. Like literally, let me do the math in my head right quick. Yeah, like if we don't have any other bills besides car payment, like the family not ask for anything because they know this is what we trying to do, and the only thing we have to pay is like our car payment, insurance, and like any other little side bills like that. We should be able to save a 20% down payment on a house. Now with the market like it is now, no, but because I'm not one who's about to go out here and get a $500,000 house. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna still want to live within my means or whatever. So yeah, I really do feel like whatever we already have saved, because I would hope we already have money saved up anyways when we come in together. And then I feel like 6 to 8 months, but 12 to 24 months, and definitely not another 3 years. What are y'all doing? What are y'all? They got comfortable. That's what that is. And baby, we will be probably headed. No, only because I'm a woman of God, I'm gonna stick by my husband. but if I wasn't a woman of God, I probably would be tempted to be like, look, this ain't working. You got this amount of time to get me out of this house. My nose on the run. Oh, I need some tissue. Yeah. Hold on. I need to blow my nose right quick. I'm about to answer that question, oh Lord, what I make or more. Let me tell you about that. So I'm back. So Debt Free Day, I don't know if you watch Kendra G show, and she asked one of those questions, does he have to make a certain amount? Even though I just said, I that's my preference. My preference is I would love for him to make what I make or more. However, what I would go for is a man that's financially stable and knows how to live within, knows how to manage his money. So I can get a man that makes what I make and be horrible with his money, don't know how to manage his money, so he ain't got none. You know what I'm saying? And I can get a man who probably make $20,000 less than me. Now, I ain't gonna go less than $20,000. I'm being honest. I'm just being honest there, because that, you know what I'm saying? Pushing it, okay? I can get a man that makes $30,000 less than me. I really don't want to. But with that, I will be open to it if this man knows how to manage his money to the T. I mean, he is good with it. He lives within his means. He got money saved up. He know how to invest. He got to be about his business. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's necessarily what and how much you make. It's about how you manage what you make. Because I know people who literally make 6 figures and live paycheck to paycheck in North Carolina. I know people, and I say North Carolina because our cost of living ain't too bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not too bad. I don't think it's too bad compared to other places I know. Anyways, so I know people that make 6 figures and they be out here barely making it, and it's not because they don't make enough money. It's because they then went out here and, you know, living above their means. Let's just call it what it is or whatever or whatnot. Yeah. So, excuse me. That's that. Let's see. A guy can make less than you and be wealthier than you. Most definitely, yes. If he know how to manage his money, because he can make less if he knows that, like, he's into investments. Because can't say savings necessarily, like investments. I guess, you know, that will go into savings and some whatever, you know what I'm getting into. So yes, that's why I say you got to know how to, if you know how to manage that money, baby, you can definitely make less than me and have more than me. I do believe that. I definitely believe that. I I would never be like, discount a man for making less than me, but I need to know your situation. I need to know what your credit looking like. I need to know, like, okay, what you got going on. And we talked about this before in another live. Like, one of the things in the live that we did together, like, one of the things that's so important to me is to talk about finances. We need to discuss finances. I need to know where your mind is. I need to know how you feel about finances. What's your relationship like with money? Because I'm trying to tell you, that $100,000 I was telling you about, that I know that a person can make and not be good with it and not manage it well. Trust me, I know from experience. Not from my personal experience as far as me making $100,000 and not how to manage it well, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? If y'all read between the lines or whatnot. So with that being said, it's not necessarily about how much. The reason I had initially said the whole make what I make or more is because I'm not gonna lie. Even though I am fully aware that a man can, still be wealthier than me and make less than me. Even though I'm fully aware of that, the thing about it is, I'm not gonna lie, God is still working on me. It's still a thing of knowing that, yeah, you might have more money than me, but the fact that I'm bringing in more money, because if you may be wealthier than me, but you have this probably in investments and whatever. I don't know much about. I'm not gonna lie. I invest, but hey, Kiki, hey girl, I invest a little, but I don't know much about it. I'm not gonna lie. So with that being said, I'm like, two people be pulling like investment more of a long term thing versus like being able to what is it called? My brain is like shot right now. Being able to access that money easily right away. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I guess it's more of a thing. Can you provide a lifestyle for me? Oh, that sounds so bad. Not so Jeffrey Dad, wait before you go in on me. Not can you provide a lifestyle for me? Can you come into my life and not take away from the lifestyle I have become accustomed to? And it's not like I'm out here flying on private jets or anything like that. So you can't come into my life and not add more to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, have your stuff together, so we can do great things together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of the ones who got to say, I want to be a stay-at-home wife and I don't want to work. I don't want to contribute. Like, I'm willing to help my man. What you need me to do, baby? You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to help my man. You know what I'm saying? So that's not the problem, but I don't want to be able to say I'm the breadwinner. That's the thing. So if he make less and he's still able to be a provider, and I ain't got to go 50-50, because I also have come to the conclusion that my heart desire, if we fell on hard times and we need to go 50-50, okay, cool. But my heart desire, what I desire from the bottom of my heart is, baby, you pay the main bills, and if I have to pay any bills, let me just pay the water bill, maybe the light bill, the little bills and stuff like that. But baby, I need you to pay that mortgage. I need for sure for you to pay that mortgage. If nothing else, pay the mortgage, baby. Pay the mortgage in full by yourself, okay? Kiki, it was all, I just randomly was like, I should go live. And I literally started to go live like almost an hour. I've been talking. And I started off talking by myself, talking to myself. Nobody was up in here. And then Debt Free Dad joined. Thank you for that or whatnot. Like, girl, I was in here talking to myself. So this was like, wasn't planned at all. Can you match what I have going on? Exactly, Kiki. That's it. That's all. Can you match what I got going on? No man can enter into my life at this age. This big old age. I'm 35 years old. I'm about to be 36 in like less than 4 months or whatever, right? Lord's willing. So no man can come into my life and not be able to provide all the things that I provide for myself as well. You know what I'm saying? So he have to be able to provide it for himself. That's what I mean. And then so when we come together, we make an even greater team. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine that. Like, when I think about like what I can do for myself, and then I think about a man coming to my life who can also do the same thing for himself. When we come together, we're going to be a powerful team, baby. We're going to do great things out here in these streets, okay? Would you give your husband 1,000? I don't know why I said 1,100% control of finances. You have access. He just managed it all. Now I'm debt free dead. Sorry, y'all see this. What's it called on my hair? Let me back up. Debt free dead. Now you know. No. No. Like, the only way, we had this conversation at work, because one guy felt like you should have only joint accounts and nobody in the marriage, you shouldn't have separate accounts. So answer that question for me too, Debt Free Dad. Do you and your wife have, I know y'all probably have joint accounts, but do y'all also have a separate account that's yours, that's hers, and the other person don't have access to? But anyways, I say no, I don't know, because we have to stop saying, there are certain things that we absolutely know for sure we will not do. Then there are certain things that you never say never, because I'm not going to say never. I feel like the only way I can give a man 100% control of the finances is if he's 100% the breadwinner. Meaning, like, I ain't working, so I ain't bringing in no finances. So therefore, go ahead. What is your money? I can't tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? I would hope you'll listen to my input now, but I can't tell you what to do. If you the one paying all the bills, and you want to do that, you go right ahead. You know what I'm saying? Now if I'm bringing in money too, you're not about to tell me what I'm gonna do with that money. You're not about to know. You're not about to take it and give me allowance or anything. We're not about to do that. But because I have met guys where they feel like I don't want my wife to work, right? So at first I used to say I would never do that. Now my mindset has changed. I would say I wouldn't do it if I have debt, but if I'm debt free, I would be a stay-at-home wife and not work or whatever and allow my man. I'd probably do something from home, like make a little side hustle or whatever, but I would be a stay-at-home wife and allow him to fully, take care of everything, and I, upkeep the house. I'm upkeep the house regardless. But anyways, however, 100%, what you mean by that? I can't access no accounts? Baby, no. Because when I think about it like this, you telling me, like, I couldn't go to the bank and draw some money out of that account? I don't have no debit card to the account? I don't have the account number? No. I ain't stupid now. What? Yeah. I'm paying 100% of everything now, but if I have a man, I'm not, when I need to take it back, because some people be wanting boyfriends and stuff to do this stuff. If I have a husband, that's the same thing for the man. If a man, that's the thing I don't understand about a man who always want to go half and they want to do this and they feel like, oh, why should I have to pay for everything? Sir, when you living on your own, when you were single, and your singleness, you already paying for everything. You paying for your housing, everything, right? So when a woman comes in and she lives with you and she's your wife, I'm not saying that you got to do this with girlfriends and stuff, but if you got your wife, that mortgage not going to change because she living there. The water bill might go up a little bit. Electricity bill might go up a little bit because you got another person living there. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, your bills ain't going up that much because she's there. So I never understood the whole dilemma with, I don't want to pay all the bills. And like, sir, you have to pay those bills anyways. What are you talking about? That's why I said, okay, man, like, if you want me to pay the light bill or water bill, I'm open to that, because I know those are the two bills that's going to increase because I'm another person in this household. But everything else, you got to pay anyways. You got to pay anyways. I'm your wife. Provide for this household and this family. No. I say all this, but I ain't married. Y'all married. I ain't married, so I don't know until I get married. Because I can talk a good game now and then get married and be singing a whole nother song. It happens like that. My husband, I also have my own money. He's been paying for everything the last 17 years, girl. That sounds so good. Have a man for 17 years, girl. I'm proud of you. This to me too. And Kiki, that's how I feel. That's what I want. Like, if he managed everything or whatever, and you have your own money, so if you want to go get your nails done, get your hair done, or you do your own locks or whatever, you want to go do something for yourself, do something for the kids or whatever or whatnot, And you can use your money to do that and don't have to worry about bothering him with his money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, he can give a little something. But I like that. Like, I like that setup. But girl, there's some people out here just be feeling like, no, I don't want to do all that. You need to pay half. You need to work and upkeep this house. Good thing, man. Don't think like that. But and it's so crazy because, like I said, I work in a mostly male dominant work environment, so I have a lot of these conversations with males a lot, and it's you know, you'll be surprised. Different guys think different ways. You know what I'm saying? There are still some guys who really do feel like they believe in being, when they say provider, being a provider, they feel like they don't want their wife working. Like, they don't want her working at all. And it will be a thing where I give her the option. So if she wants to and she insists on it, I'm not going to stop her from doing it. I did have a conversation with some guys to say, I don't want her to at all. Like, it's not like an option, but I just don't want her to. Like, I prefer for her to just be at home. I have had a conversation with some guys who feel like, no, we need to go 50-50. Like, she's not going to just not do anything. So different guys think different ways. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I will say, because, you know, this is the debate on social media. One thing I really say is this. I will never judge somebody else's situation. You know your household better than anybody else outside of your household. So at the end of the day, I feel like, my phone about to die, y'all. But at the end of the day, I feel like you need to do what's best for your household. So if it's best for you to go 50-50, go 50-50. Forget what anybody else got to say, because they not paying your bills. They're not upkeeping your house. Do what's best for your household. So it's always my opinion and what I desire for me and my household, but it's never a judgment on somebody else's household. If that works for you, that works for you. My younger years, you know, when the first guy I ever lived with, we went 50-50. It worked for us. We was both, you know, barely making minimum wage. Well, we was making a little bit over minimum wage. So, of course, yes, that 50-50 worked for us. My last relationship, when we did move in together or whatnot, he paid, like, when we lived in his house, he paid the mortgage or whatever. He and I paid the utilities or whatnot. When we moved into an apartment or whatever, he paid the rent. And that rent was expensive, too. Baby, the rent was so expensive. What were we thinking? Anyway, he paid the rent, and then once again, I paid the utilities. That worked for us. I'm okay with that. You got to find what works for you. So even though I talk smack sometimes, at the end of the day, I am a believer that whatever works for you, works for you. You know what I'm saying? If it was a situation where a woman has a career that she doesn't want to give up and she make great money, and she say, well, baby, you be the stay-at-home dad and you be the stay-at-home husband, and I go out here and work. If that works for your house, you go right ahead and you do that. If that woman is okay with that and you are okay with that, then you do it. That's what works for your house. You know? I don't know how. For me and mine, I don't know. I mean, no, because I feel like him being at home, he might get a little too bored. Okay? Hey, girl. Hey, Cassie. Yeah, I'm so happy for my niece. We made her have to make a video soon giving her a lock update. And hers is better with money, should manage it. There we go. I don't know why I didn't say that. My wife get around. But never tell her no when she swipes that card that goes through. Okay, good. As long as that card, when we swipe that card that goes through, I'm cool with that. And I do that right there. I don't know why I didn't think to mention that. That's really what it boils down to. The person, that's why when you said the man having full 100% control, I said that because most of the time, I feel like women are better with the money than guys. But I think that might just be my sucky situation. Because, like, most of the guys I dated and lived with or whatever, they suck with money. Money management was not their thing. When God was passing out money management skills, they was not in the line, okay? They was not in the line. They was somewhere missing. They was somewhere else. They was in the wrong line somewhere else. I don't know. But they was not in the line for money management, okay? So that's why I always feel like, me personally being into finance, I'm like so into finance, I want to take some courses and some classes and stuff like that. That's how into it I am. With that being said, like, I really feel like I should manage the finances because I'm good at it. However, if he's the breadwinner and he's also good at it, I'm okay, baby, do what you do. I really feel like, especially me wanting a man of God, I just feel like I want to be very submissive to my husband. I want to let my husband lead, baby. If this is how you lead, baby, lead the way. As long as you're not going to lead me astray, okay? Like, I'm trusting you. I'm trusting that you know what you're doing. Like, baby, do what you have to do. I'm trusting that I'm in good hands. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not settling for just any dude. I'm about to say any and every dude, but of course, I hope I ain't settling for every dude. But you know what I'm trying to say. And my nose getting stuffy because I'm talking too much. Spending your money. That's good. No. Thank you for supporting, girl. Thank you for supporting. Okay, we talking about stuff that you wouldn't know nothing about. Thanks for it. It's definitely a blessing for sure. I stay at home, mom and wife. I don't have side kids. I work, but it's amazing. Yeah, and I can imagine, because one thing I can say is, even though I'm getting up there in age, but if God see fits for me to have a child, another child, or whatever, I most definitely, for that first couple years, like until my child can talk, walk, and be potty trained, I'd rather be a stay-at-home mom and wife. Like, I definitely rather, like, I don't want my kid in daycare and he or she can't talk and stuff like that, because you need to tell me what they did to you, baby. Tell me what they did to you, okay? So I definitely have to marry a man who's able to give me that option. You have to be able to give me that option. I'm not married to a man. That means you're not ready for marriage if you cannot give me that option. I'm not out. One thing I can say is, if we fell on hard times and we have to go 50-50, that's different. But I'm not entering into a situation where we have to be 50-50. I'm not. Because, like I said, I want to at least try to have a child. If I get married within the next few years, next 3 years, I get married, I'm open to trying to have another child. And like I said, with that being said, I want to be a stay-at-home wife and mom. And yeah, so I need a man that have to be able to provide. Lord, the new bathroom. Now you can say new bathroom, who this? Yeah, new bathroom, who this? Babe, I gotta do a video in the bathroom and do that. New bathroom, who this? Girl, thank you, girl. I'm gonna make it short and say that. The best relationship is two broke people who build together. Definitely, Dad, let me tell you something about it. The best relationships, two broke people that build together. I feel like that is a story for somebody in their 20s. In your 20s, y'all should both be you're in a stage of like building. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like once you hit those 30s, especially mid-30s or whatever, wow, first off, we should be more established as individuals. So when we come together as a team, why are we still struggling? No, so I'm not with the struggle of, baby. I'm definitely not with the struggle of at all. No, not all women. Because one thing, especially with me, I got a lot of videos to talk about, you know, overconsumption and buying stuff for the wrong reason. Let me tell you something. You're right. Let me tell you, I'm good with money, but I mean, I have yet to meet a man, like personally meet a man who is better at money than me. So that's why I say that. But yeah, I do sometimes feel like we can get a little jaded or whatever, or not necessarily. I don't know if you want to say, well, yeah, I guess it would be the same thing of trying to impress other women or whatever. Because let me tell you something I was going to do, y'all. For Christmas, I was going to buy myself a Louis bag, right? I was going to buy myself this bag. It's called, I forgot what it's called. But anyways, it was like $750 or whatnot, right? And I was going to buy it. And even though I do like the look of it, I had to stop, and I didn't buy it because I had to stop and ask myself why. And the reason, and I'm being completely honest with y'all, the reason I wanted to buy that Louis bag was simply a status symbol. To be able to say, look here, I have a real Louis bag. First and foremost, the people that's walking around probably wouldn't know it's real. They probably think I got a fake one. So, like, really, you know what I'm saying? because there's not many people around me who could probably, you know, go out here and buy a Louis bag, right? So I had to tell myself I'm buying a bag for the wrong reason. So, you know, I have into this year, I was like, I'm not buying no more bags. I'm not buying any more purses. It don't matter what it is, even if it's a $30 bag, not buying one. You know what I'm saying? So I am changing my mindset on, like, when I buy stuff, I have to ask myself, why am I buying this? Like the Stanley Cups, you know, people been going crazy over the Stanley Cups and stuff like that. And I was almost tempted to get one, but I was like, first of all, I hate when stuff is overhyped and like stuff, people be buying it because it's just so hyped up. So I can't breathe. Yeah, so I was like, nah, I'm not paying no $45 for no cup. I'm not doing it. Like, that's stupid. Sorry, Cassie, if you still watching it, because I know my niece got one for Christmas. But I'm not paying that much money for no cup. I'm just not. That's crazy. And people are buying it not because of what it really does. It's because it's the it thing right now. Yeah, even like the Starbucks cups. I have them. And the ones I have, of course, I'm going to use it. Or whatever. But I would never buy another one. I won't buy another one. Paying $20, $30 for a cup. A cup? That's crazy. That's crazy, you guys. That's so crazy. It's cooking and cleaning assets that women bring to a relationship. Oh, you trying to start something there, Free Day. I need to get my charger for this. Because you're trying to start something. Because I know a lot of guys would be like, I can cook and clean for myself. That you ain't doing that for me. Listen, guys need to stop. It's not that many guys who really be out here cooking for themselves like that. Besides out of like need or whatever, but they don't be like really cooking like that. They probably eat out more. And you know, guys, it's not that many guys out here that's really loving to keep a clean house and all that stuff like that, right? So I do feel like if I come into your life and I'm able to take a load off of you, yes, it is an asset. You know what I'm saying? Like, same thing. Like, you coming into my life and you're able to take a load off of me. I'm not paying bills. I'm coming to your life where you ain't got to cook a meal unless you choose to grill or something, or you choose to cook. Because I have dated people who love to cook more than me or was better cooks than me. So they, you know, they wanted to do it. But everybody, I only live with two guys. I always been the one to keep the house clean and do laundry and stuff like that. So that was something they no longer had to do. They barely did it anyway when they was on just them. But anyway, so yes, that is something that a woman brings to the table. A lot of guys don't like to say, I can pay somebody to do it. But baby, you ain't got to pay it because you got me. You got me. And I do feel like, especially if a woman's, you know, stay home wife or whatever like that, well, if she got a lot of kids be running around messing up stuff. But if it's just a wife or just home, like, you know, her making sure you come home to a home cooked meal and that house is clean, that's a plus. And the guys that be like, that's normal. Like, it's normal for you to pay these bills too, but you complaining about it. Cassie, what you said? I see you took back your message, girl. What you say? So would you rather be a housewife but your husband works until he's 70? Oh, baby. I say this all the time. I might need to get my charger for this. I say this all the time. I'd rather work and contribute to the bills than for my man to have to work more than, I would say more than 50 hours a week, really. Unless he a doctor or something, he's always on call or something like that. Depending on what he do for a living. I should say that. Depending on what he do for a living. But honestly, I don't want my man to have to work a whole bunch of hours in order to pay all the bills when I could literally just go out here and get a job too and help him. You know what I'm saying? So it's not so much on him. You know what I mean? I don't want that to be like, I don't want that much pressure on my man. Because now you all stressed out and you come home and you irritated or whatnot, and I gotta deal with it. You taking it out on me. You taking it out on me. Let's be honest. A man, when he gets frustrated or whatever, he's more likely to be irritable or whatever. And I'm like, nah, B, no. So no. I'd rather work and help than for us to retire at 55 than you have to work till you're 70. No. So yes, I'd rather help. Nope. I don't No, which is why I say, like Kiki was saying earlier, I feel like you can be a stay-at-home wife and mom and still do a little side something here and there, bring income to contribute. Like, I really do. I really do. I don't feel like just being a stay-at-home mom or wife has to equal you absolutely doing nothing and bringing in $0 all the time. You know what I'm saying? You can do something or whatnot. Or you can also be a person who's just not out here. He's working, breaking his back, working all the time, and you out here just spending. You know what I'm saying? You can stay within your means and stuff like that. So yeah, no, I don't want my man to have to overwork himself. Let's see here. We know the 50 product. Them basic people know the stuff, so I don't even bother. Who is that? Cause I thought is this Cassie? I gotta figure out who that is. Yeah, so that's that on that. I always say that, like, I just don't want my man, because I know what I do for a living. I already said I work around a lot of guys or whatever, and I know a lot of guys who I work with that's married, and they be like, okay, I pay all the bills. Even though without working any overtime or anything like that, they make good money, right? However, to, I guess, for the lifestyle and for, the kids and, paying all the bills or whatever, they have to go out and work 80 plus hours a week to afford that lifestyle. No, baby, if you can't just work, like I said, a good maybe 50 hours, anything above 60 might be pushing it. It really might be pushing it. I'll say about 50 hours or whatever and call it a day. Yeah, because I want some time with you too. Because what you do for a living. Because, I don't know if this is, I shouldn't think like this. But I really do feel like, depending on what you do for a living, if you work around women, you be around the other women more than your work females than you for your own wife. Always at work. I don't want that. Say whatever you want to say about me. I don't want that. Baby, go to work. Do your 40 hours and come home to me. Okay? She said, hey, aunt. Yeah, I know. She said, I want to say that's clearly, she said, hey, aunt. It must be my niece. But I'm like, I'm trying to figure out which one. I'm assuming it's only one niece that be watching me. I think. Yeah. Anyways, they put all the bills. Pay all the bills and not Rice Hill Beach. That's not a house. Life is a struggle. Yeah. Exactly. That's how I feel. Like, I definitely agree with that. Like I said, I want a certain lifestyle. So I know, like I said, I actually really, like, at this moment know a guy who says the reason why he's not married is because he doesn't want his wife to have to work. So until he get himself in a financial situation where he know for sure his wife won't have to work, he's not going to get married. I understand that, right? However, like, if guys come into a situation where, okay, they don't want me to work or whatnot, you have to be well off. Like, when I say well off, I'm not saying you got to be rich or anything like that, because you don't have to be rich in order to. When I say well off, I mean you got a nice savings, you got some investments or whatever, and you make a decent income or whatnot. Because me not working means I have to change up my lifestyle now. I don't want to do it. And I be saying my lifestyle as if I'm out here like living it up. But I have the ability to do so if I chose to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wanted to sit there and go on a trip or whatever out the country or whatever, and in that 6 months I can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at a drop of a dime, if I wanted to, go on a trip, I can make it happen. And then with me going on the trip, I'm not struggling, because I wanted to go on that trip or whatever. I need that same type of lifestyle with a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need it to be where I feel like if something happens in the home and something breaks, can we like fix it? We have the funds to fix it and it not be a thing where we have to put it off because she's like, well, baby, I got to wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, with that, I just rather him be okay with me saying, baby, let me help. Let me help. You don't have to do this all on your own. Let me help. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like as a wife, we should be willing to help. You know, I like how, like, back to what Kiki said earlier, like, if it ever comes to time where he needs that help, she's there. She's able to do that. And I feel like that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want my man stressed out just so he can pay all the bills. Like, no, baby. I have been lying. You know something? Even though it's only been like 3 people at the most watching this video, I wonder if it's going to help my watch time hours. Oh, but y'all, I have to get off here because my nose, the more I talk, like, my sinus messes up and, like, it's, like, stuffy right up in here. So it's hard for me to breathe. I don't know if I sound stuffy to y'all, but it's hard for me to breathe through my nose right now. So trying to talk and breathe at the same time is really a struggle right now because I'm talking so much. Thank you for all the light. I mean, the hearts. Listen, y'all, Jeffrey Dad, Kiki, Cassie, I truly appreciate y'all for watching because y'all could be doing anything. Y'all could be doing anything right now, but you here with me. You here with me. Oh, I appreciate that. Like, definitely, I want to blow my nose so bad, but I hate to hear other people blow their nose, so I'm not gonna blow my nose. But I need to, because it's like all up in there. Like, it need to come out, okay? Anyways, I thank y'all. I love y'all. Like, I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all year is going well. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. And make sure y'all watching the other videos that I post and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe. Well, y'all already subscribed. You know, show the love. Thank you, girl. Ooh. I mean, that cold that I had at the beginning of the year, I don't know what I had. I don't know if I had a flu. I don't know if I had a C-19. Girl, it was kicking my butt. And I still had that lingering cough. Anyways, that's enough of that. I'm about to wrap this up. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support always. Always. And listen, I got to go live more often. I try to tell y'all next time. So, yeah. Anyways, until next time, y'all know what it is. What is it? It's peace, it's love, and there's a whole bunch of blessings out here. Y'all be safe. God bless. Now let me figure out how to end this live.